Ladies and gentlemen, I was a little ambitious last week and thought I can get 2 farms built in that episode, not realizing that my schedule wouldn't allow for it. So, this week's episode, by the way, welcome back. This week's episode is going to consist of an amethyst shard farm that we are going to build down in the mines behind me. So, without further ado, let's get into the clips that I had half recorded and then recorded the rest of them later this week for this week's episode. So yeah, just sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, and let's get on with it. So I couldn't find any name tags whatsoever, but that's okay. I have to get this video out today because today is Saturday, and I will explain why I have not posted a video here in just a second. But I wanted to come down here and find this here because the next thing that I would like to do in today's episode is clean this area out, with the exception of these bits here, and then we're gonna make a amethyst shard farm, because they're actually quite useful for tinted glass, and tinted glass is useful for mob farms and other things like that. So let's build a tinted glass farm in today's episode as well. So let me start clearing out some areas here, and let's just get on with it. Side note, mining these things, most satisfying noise in the world. And then obviously the calcite's just super easy to insta-mine, but just the... love this. And just like that, we have this whole area now cleared out. So I now have access to a bunch of these budding amethyst blocks, I think is what they're called. So now all I have to do is actually clear out the rest of the geode, expose the rest of the budding amethysts, and then put like an area around it to where I can access every side of the amethyst, with the exception of like this middle part here, and this middle part will get like a button, or yeah, I think a button. And then yeah, we have to hook up a bunch of pistons to a bunch of redstone. It's gonna be fun. So let's clear out the rest of this area and then go from there. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 100%, well, almost 100% cleared out space with nothing but budding amethysts left. So I now have to figure out the design that I would like to use for the exterior, because this is just ugly. All of this stone and moss and vines everywhere. I don't like it. So I gotta go, and I think I'm gonna use some iron down here. I would like it to be a little bit factory-esque, but yeah, so we gotta figure out what we're gonna do design-wise, and then after that we can then start deleting some of these budding amethysts, because to make an amethyst farm you can't have like big clusters like this, because it reduces the productivity of the farm itself, and also you can't have like these things can't be directly over like these things. So like pretty much almost all of these bottom ones are gonna go, and then we're gonna be left with, you know, a fraction of what's already here. So I'm gonna go get some iron and some other materials, maybe some white concrete powder, or white concrete, and maybe we can even mix in some of this calcite and smooth basalt as well. But yeah, no, this thing's coming out pretty nicely. You know, it's just it's taking a little bit of time, but we're making some progress, and I like the way that this is heading. So let's just keep on at this. And I also need to repair my pickaxe here pretty soon. It's taking a beating, but yeah, I will get back with you guys when there's another progress update. In the deep dark biome now, I'm collecting what is going to look like stars. I think that's why I made a snazzy star catcher, so I can catch some of these stars here and hopefully be able to utilize them as a nice little roof for this area. And then it's gonna be kind of, like I said, factory-esque. I mean, it's gonna kind of be factory-like, and I hope it's gonna look relatively neat. But, you know, I'm also not gonna be... It's just a little farm, you know? It doesn't need to have, like, the most best design ever. It's also underground, so hardly anyone ever is going to see it except for myself. So, you know, we're gonna get to play around with new ideas and different tactics. So yeah, let me collect up a couple of stacks of this, and then we'll head back. This has taken a lot longer than I thought it would. Oh my goodness, this is just, I'm running out of resources left, right, and center. I'm trying my damnedest to get everything going here, but it's just, it's a slow process, but it's coming along quite nicely. We have all of these budding amethysts have grown at this point, and I need to go get sand so I can get more concrete because I completely ran out of sand, and I'm just not looking forward to that trip because it's so far away. I really need an elytra, like really badly need an elytra, so maybe that'll be next episode or something. I don't know. I'm just oh I forgot about him. I'm gonna not take that boat. Don't want him to shoot my dog either. Yeah, let me go get more sand, and then I will be back to do the rest of the stuff down there. Huzzah! I know I meant to go get sand, but I found a buried treasure map, and I'm kind of really strapped for diamonds, so we're going on a little bit of a treasure hunt, and then we'll go get sand. Sand is off in that direction, but this is telling me to go northwest. I hate myself. I need to go northwest, so that's this direction. Oh, let me go to sleep first. Good news, we found sand. Bad news? I've already found this buried treasure, so it was for nothing. But sand, so, you know, at least this is something. Goodness me. Finally stocked with enough sand to make as much concrete powder as I would ever need. I'm now going to head back from my bittersweet journey back to the base to create all of the white sand, all of the white concrete my little heart can desire, take, whatever, stuff. Sometimes talking is hard, and I'll never understand why. After a ton of playing around with different circuits and stuff like that, this is now what the Geode looks like. We have a bunch of pistons hooked up to it. This is the drop center over here. I have not fully finished this yet, but this is all going to flow down into a central collection system. And yeah, all that's left to do is to actually build the clock part of it. And that's going to take a minute because I got to figure out exactly how long I should wait before I flick these things on. And when it does flick on, I want it to just give it a very quick pulse, and then that be it. But yeah, otherwise, you can see I got those top ones hooked up there. Those are the last ones. And then the rest of these things should be able to turn on. So yeah, let me make the clock now. Now, I currently have the system just like permanently on just to make sure that all of the pistons have extended, which it looks like they have. So yeah, here's our little system here. We're going to have, I have it just off right now. Nothing's in this first hopper, but this first hopper is going to have all 5 slots filled. And then this hopper over here is going to have only 64 slots filled. So this thing has to go back and forth 64 times. I didn't really think that one through. I got to look up the timing systems and stuff, but basically what happens here is that when this goes over here, this line here is released for 1 tick, just long enough to put 1 item from this hopper into this hopper. And then the same thing is going to happen when this thing finally shifts. This is going to turn off for a second, briefly powering these pistons, very briefly powering these pistons. So I might even do a whole couple of ticks there so that it doesn't go way too fast. And then it should pop off all of the amethyst shards, and then they'll all drop into the water system. That's theoretically what's supposed to happen. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it is now all working. I have it just going super fast right now so that I could just test it and make sure all the pistons are extending nicely and all of the amethyst shards would break. And that seems to be the case. Yep. Cool. All right, now it's time to just do the actual timing circuits for it and do the item collection system. Are y'all ready for the big reveal? Boom. This is our amethyst shard farm. We have the starry sky, we have the pistons, we have the water collection system, and we even have our item collection system here where it's all gonna get pushed into chests here, and I just put 3 here. I probably won't even fill up 3, but this is just gonna be running in the background, and it is a super slow farm because it has to be. But it's all working very nicely, and I'm very, very, very happy with the way that this turned out design-wise and just functionality-wise. So I'm super stoked. I just noticed that. Let me figure out what's causing that. It looks like a bud power of sorts. Maybe I should remove the top block or something. Let me look at that. So I don't know if it was being bud powered, but there was a line of redstone running directly over that 1 block up. So I think maybe it thought that it was supposed to stay powered or something, but I redirected the line so that it runs instead of directly over it, just to the right of it, so that that might fix the problem. But we'll see. If I have to do some creative solution to unbud power a piston, I'm not opposed to that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I know it's been short, but, you know, we're just going to be doing these tiny progress updates, like I said, until we figure out a new system for YouTubing and all the other fun stuff, because I just don't have time at the moment to be doing some, like, extremely long episodes. But actually, you know, next week I work what's known as late shift, so I'm going to be going into work at like noon 30, so I'll have all morning to actually record. So maybe we'll do short, like on my long week of work I'll be doing short episodes, and on my short week of work I'll be doing long episodes, and so we'll just be bouncing back and forth between the two. So we'll see. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please be sure to hit that like button. If you really liked it, make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Snazzy, and I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.